Hello, Kipsters. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys have enjoyed the lessons that I've given you thus far. Today, we are going to revisit the note C that we learned yesterday. Hopefully, you guys have been following along with the videos each day. If you haven't, please make sure you're following along with the videos Monday through Thursday so that you guys can get the most practice possible. I also think we might be going through this a little fast. I suppose we'll see when we come to the recording portion of this, when I ask you guys to record on Flipgrid some of your performances. But for now, we're just going to continue on with the pace that we've been keeping, just so I can kind of get an idea, because obviously this is the first time for me understanding the pace of this online lessons without feedback directly. So once again, we're going to start with this note C here again. Now, of course, before we learned three notes. Those three notes, we spent a lot of time on them. I'm just going to kind of give you a rundown of those three notes really quickly. Those three notes are B, which is one finger on top, fully covered, and then our thumb on the back. A, which is two fingers on the top, and of course the thumb on the back. And then G, which is three fingers on top, fully covered on the left hand, and of course the thumb on the back. All right, so when we play those, they sound like this going down the scale. And of course, when we play that two times in a row, we kind of get the beginning of Hot Cross Buns, which is a song we learned a couple videos ago. So what I want you guys to do is play along with me that B-A-G. Just like that, I'm going to do it like this. Just to get a refresher of those three notes, let's play that with me right now. 1, 2, ready, go. Not bad. Let's do it one more time. If you got any squeaks, make sure you get them out. If you didn't get any squeaks, just make it sound better than it did before. But if you got those squeaks, make sure, what are you doing? Are you blowing too hard? Is your mouth too much on the mouthpiece? Is your finger covering the entire hole? If these things are not correct, you're going to be squeaking. All right? One more time, those three notes like Hot Cross Buns. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. Nice job, guys. I hope you guys got better at that last one we went through. And remember also that we are using our tongue to stop the air. So we are tonguing between each note to make sure it is clear and precise. All right, moving on to our new note. So we're going to run through this new note really quickly on this exercise 9. This new note is, of course, the thumb on the back. We're keeping our thumb on the back for most of these notes right now. And then we take the top finger off and we just have the middle finger left. So no finger on the top hole. And you got to be careful about this, because sometimes a lot of us will put our top finger on the top, our middle finger on the top hole, and we'll just think because our middle finger is covering it, that's correct. No, don't be afraid to look down at this instrument and say, okay, one hole not covered, middle finger covering the second hole, okay? Making sure we're being precise with this, because we can play a note and it's not the right note at all right? So with me, I want you guys to play exercise 9. Now, on exercise 9, remember we were practicing counting and rhythm with the ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, we're going to count this rhythm one time, and then we're going to play it. So I'm going to count it first, and then you're going to repeat after me. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Shh, 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 shh. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Try that. 1, 2, count with me, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, shh, shh, shh. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And if you're just remember when we get to the eighth notes, which is the two notes that are connected, we say 3 and or 1 and. All right, we don't go all the way to the next number because it's only a half a beat, and a half plus half equals a whole. So when we get to that beat, whatever number we started on, we say an and after it, and then we go to the next number. So I'm gonna say it one more time, and then you guys will go with me. 1, 2, 3. I'll go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Shh, 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 shh. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Say it with me one time, and then we're gonna play it. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Shh, 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 shh. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. All right, we're going to play it this time, guys. So middle finger is on. We're taking our time. We're being patient with this instrument. We're not rushing anything. We can play one excerpt at a time and it'll be okay. Middle finger is on, everything off, all right, except the back finger on the hole. And then your right hand is making sure the instrument isn't wobbling too much, okay? So exercise 9, play it with me here. 1, 2, ready. Now, if your instrument is playing a different note than mine, make sure that your finger is covering the second hole, not the first hole, okay? Because if it's covering the first hole, it sounds like this. And it's covering the second hole, it sounds like this. A very clear difference there, okay? One more time in exercise 9, then we're going to move right on to exercise 10. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Not bad, guys. Not bad at all. I think you guys did much better that time. Exercise 10, C and A. So what we're doing here is we're playing a combination of the note C, and then we switch to the note A. All we do for that combination is put down our top finger. So making sure that our middle finger is covering that second hole so that our top finger has somewhere to go. Okay, exercise 10, here we go. Now we're doing half notes here, okay? Let's actually count this one first before we go so we can make sure we're not just playing and then kind of guessing where we go. So we're going to count this one. There's no eighth notes, so we don't say and at all. And when we do half notes, we count 2. And then when we do quarter notes, we count them for 1, okay? And we're in common time. Remember, common time is at C. That means we count to 4 before the measure ends. And then we start over again at 1. All right, if there was a 2-4 over there, you see that where the C is. If there was a 2-4 over there, we would count the 2 before we start over. But now we're starting with 4, and then we start over at 1 after we get to the number 4. So let's try exercise 10, counting it. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see that some of the notes are higher, and then so you can see that C is higher, and then A is lower. So I like to do 1, 2, 3, 4, so I can see which notes I'm counting, so I don't get lost. One more time counting, and then we're gonna play it. 1, 2. Count it like you're high. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not bad, guys. So remember, when we see that note is higher, we make our voice higher, and then when we see it is lower, we make our voice lower. Try it with playing. Now remember, middle finger on the second hole. Don't start on the wrong hole, and then make sure your finger has a place to go on the top holder. Here we go. C and A. 1, 2, ready, go. For some reason, I thought we did pretty well on that. Obviously, I can't hear you, but I feel like you guys did a pretty good job with that excerpt there because we also did do it in the last video. So let's try exercise 10 one more time, and then we're going to move on to a new song, exercise 11. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. Not bad, guys. And making sure that when we see a half note, we're counting to 2 in our head, and when we see a quarter note, we're counting each one of those individually, stomping our feet to make sure we know when to change as well if we wanted to get extra help. We're going to do exercise 11, rain, rain, go away, and it just so happens that today is a very rainy day. So I would like the rain to go away so that I can have an awesome Thanksgiving, okay? So we're going to play Rain, Rain, Go Away, and if it's raining today when you're playing this song, then hopefully the rain goes away and you can maybe get some outside time. Or hopefully you can play this song, you memorize this song, and then you can play it on a rainy day, and maybe the rain will go away a little quicker. Who knows? All right, rain, rain, go away. Now we're only using 2 notes here, so it's like the last excerpt. All we do is put one finger down when we have to. So don't get too confused here. We're gonna sight read this. I'm not gonna count it. Nothing. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to look at it and maybe finger it without any counting and any help, and then we're going to start. Here we go. 10 seconds. All right, here we go. Exercise 11. Rain, rain, go away. 1, 2, ready. And if you don't remember the lyrics of the song, rain, rain, go away, come again some other day. So if you want to sing that, you can also sing it, but we're going to play it one more time on exercise 11. All right, you guys should have this down. It's pretty easy. All you got to do is just make sure you're watching the notes, counting with your foot, and moving along right along. So you see the note change, you change, okay? You see this C note, you play C with your middle finger. And then you see it changes to A, F-A-C-E. We're using 2 space notes here. You see it change to A, you put 2 fingers down. Then you see it change back to C, you lift that finger up and you play 2 quarter notes with it until you have to go back to the half note on A. All right, always reading ahead as well, making sure that we see what's coming next so that we don't get tripped up when we actually get there. All right, exercise 11 one more time, and then we're going to move on to exercise 12 for the sake of this video. All right, here we go. Rain, rain, go away. One more time to push that ugly rain away. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Not bad, guys. We're going to move on to exercise 12. If you want to practice rain, rain, go away again, you can always rewind and then start with us there. We're going to make sure we get through these last 2 excerpts here. I'm gonna push through them really quickly, and then we'll probably bounce back to them once we get to the next lesson, which will be probably next week. All right, exercise 12, here we go. C and B, the ear bleeder. So one thing about this excerpt here is that it's tricky because you have to flip fingers. And so a lot of times when you flip the fingers, you can hear that there's a delay. You can hear the ba blah ba blah. But if you really get precise with it and making sure that you're just taking your time, and you don't need, and actually you can maybe not move your fingers so far away so it has less room to travel, but making sure that you get those finger movements down so that when we play the first note, we hear the clear difference of the second note. So exercise 12 should sound like this. Now that was not easy as I was playing that. Although I am, yes, a college player, I know how to play these instruments. It was not, I had to think about it. I had to actually think while I was playing, okay, I had to make sure my finger's moving at this time now. And then I got to do 4 quarter notes back and forth here. So I got to make sure that I'm not slipping up. All right. We got to make sure that we're thinking while we're playing this. We're not just mindlessly looking at the notes and then moving our fingers. Using your brain while this is happening so that you can make quick decisions and make this instrument sound as good as it can. One more time, exercise 12. Again, we're just going to push through these so that I can make sure we get as much in this video as we can. But ear bleeder again, one more time, just for guidance. You're just flipping that finger. The middle finger and the thumb is on the back, and then all you do is just flip the middle finger and the index finger. All right, you flip those and make sure there's no blip in between. Here we go, the ear bleeder. Let's play it again. 1, 2, tap your foot, ready, go. Not bad, guys. Okay, we're going to finish today off with the exercise 13, the Indian Chant. Okay, we'll see how this song sounds, but I'm interested to see why they call it the Indian Chant. I wonder what it's going to sound like. I know there's a certain type of Native American, and they have a certain type of music sound, and then there's another type of Indian in India. They have their certain type of sound as well. So I'm interested to see which route they went. We'll see as we play along. But exercise 13, we're going to spend a little time sight reading this, okay? So I'm going to look at it, and when I sight read, I just look at all the measures. I think about, okay, I got to do a C to an A here, so what I'm going to do is put one finger down, and then I got to go back to C, and then I got to go back to A, so I'm going to put that finger back down. Oh, and then I keep going forward. Oh, I have a G in this one. We're adding G back in, okay? So I need to make sure that I know how to play G, first of all, and then I know how to switch to a different note after G. So we know G is 3 fingers, Okay, we know that B-A-G, B, one finger, A, two fingers, G, three fingers, C, middle finger. We see that G in there. We got to be like, okay, now we're playing G. We got to make sure we get that in our repertoire, in our fingers here today. Okay, so let's run through this one time, and then I'll give you a couple pointers, and then we're going to do it one more time again, and then I promise next week we'll continue on with this excerpt so we don't push too far ahead. All right, exercise 13, Indian chant. Here we go. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to look at it, think about it, maybe use your instrument to finger along and tap and count in your head. All right, here we go. Exercise 13, Indian chant. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. Now that song isn't too tricky because it's just a bunch of half notes and a bunch of quarter notes, so we don't have to really do too crazy of counting in this one. But there is 3 different notes here at play, so we got to make sure that we know how to play all 3 of those notes. We know what fingers are down for when those notes come up, and how many fingers are down as well. All right. One more time, exercise 13, guys. I promise next week we're going to come back to these. I've been pushing along. If you need extra help, just rewind it. Just rewind it and get that extra practice you need. But we will come back to this next week as well. One more time, we're just going to sight read exercise 13, and then we're going to call this video. All right, here we go. Indian chant. 1, 2, tap your foot. Make sure you breathe. Go. G. Here comes G. I hope that didn't throw you off at the end there. I tried to make it a little bit so you guys got a heads up. I know it's really challenging to read music and play at the same time. Trust me, I've been doing it for a long time, and it only gets harder. All right. But hopefully we can get to a place right now where it's easy for us and we can get the easy stuff down so that when the time comes for us to play very hard music, we can say, oh, we know that. We've practiced that for 2 whole months now. We know how to read that music. Okay. As always, Mr. Isaac has 3 things for you guys. You are kind, you are smart, you are important. I hope you guys had an awesome Thanksgiving with your families if you did celebrate those with your families. I'm looking forward to continuing to do these lessons with you, and I'm looking forward to seeing your progress as well, as we will have a segment where you guys record yourselves on Flipgrid and show me all the work you've been doing. Okay? I will see you soon, and until then, have an awesome day, you guys.